Hello and welcome to Big Dash Knows. Big Dash knows what? New York Giants football. Let's go. You see the thumbnail. We're doing a practice update. It is Wednesday. We get the first injury report list, and imagine my surprise when I see the update that Kayvon Thibodeau had to get surgery. Yes, Kayvon Thibodeau had to get surgery. Now, we saw him go down in the game, but we also saw him come back. We saw him go back into the game and play and actually make plays after hurting himself. At the podium today, Brian Dable was asked a couple of questions. They said, you know what? Well, Kayvon Thibodeau played through the pain to finish that game on Sunday. Fantastic. But now we got the phrase, that famous or that infamous phrase of he's week to week. And if you are familiar with this channel, you guys know how I feel about the phrase week to week. For those that aren't familiar, day to day is week to week. Week to week is I don't know when he's coming back. That's how I get. That's what I get from week to week. That's what I get from that phrase. So with that being said, Kayvon Thibodeau being week to week and we don't know when he's coming back. That's my words. Azeez Ojulari. Time to step up. Now, you've been doing fantastic in this rotational role right now. You're getting pressure. But right now, we're going to need you to start. Most likely, we're going to need you to start against the Bengals, and we need you to apply that pressure. So, Azeez, we need you. Azeez, we need you. Yeah, man. Azeez, we're going to need you. Outpatient procedure, wrist surgery. Really don't know what that means. I believe Brian Dable said he was cast, that he was wearing a cast or whatever, or the surgery actually happened this morning. But yeah, man, caught me off guard, caught me by surprise in the way that I've been feeling lately. You know, I'm starting to get that energy. I'm building that energy right back up. It's not a good time for Kayvon Thibodeau to be out. It is what it is, but I'm absolutely happy that we have somebody like Azeez Ojulari to try to step in. Now, the question is, who's going to be the rotational guy since Azeez is going to be pushed in as a starter now? And again, we don't know. It might be some miraculous healing, and Kayvon Thibodeau's able to play if they put some type of club or apparatus to cover his hand up or his wrist up. But you want this guy to ultimately be healthy and playing at his best. Right now, give Azeez the chance to prove himself. Let him get more reps. But who do you bring up behind Azeez Ojulari? Is it going to be Timon Fox? Is it going to be Bentley? Is it going to be Boogie Basham? That's a question that I think we'll find out in a couple of days. Also on the injury report, Malik Nabers. Malik Nabers with still in concussion protocol. You figure today is Wednesday. We have 2 days to figure out if this man is going to be playing or not against the Cincinnati Bengals. And we haven't gotten any definitive news yet. At least while I'm recording this video, haven't gotten any definitive news yet whether or not, he's moved forward as far as the phases go for concussion protocol. You figure that'd be, what we're talking about, 17 days. 17 days. You would think that he'll be able to, come back after 17 days, but we'll see what happens. Definitely want to see Malik Nabers back on the field, especially in the game against the Cincinnati Bengals, where you have a team that can put up points, and the New York Giants need to be able to counter and put up points as well, unless the defense, Dexter Lawrence and everybody else shows up and shut down the Cincinnati Bengals. But again, it is what it is. Also on the report, let me grab my handy-dandy notebook. Van Roten did not practice today, but that was only a vet day. That's what Brian Dable said at the podium. Pretty much, man's 36 years old, 34 years old, something like that. They gave him a veteran day. Let him get some rest, let him heal up. John Runyon also did not practice today, but he's dealing with some type of sickness, illness. They didn't specify. But guess what? When somebody is sick, get him out of. I don't want him in the building at all. I don't need him spreading any sickness around. So I'm not worried about that. If the man is sick, let him stay home. Also, at limited practice today, you got Brian Burns with a groin, Dory Jackson with a calf, Drew Phillips with also a calf/shoulder, and Devin Singletary with the groin. And I believe, that's a step up in the right direction for Devin Singletary, able to do limited practice. Still not clear whether or not he's going to be able to play on Saturday. But again, the way people are talking now with Tracy having that big game last week, you let some Giants fans tell you, Tracy should be the RB1 right now. But for me, it's still running back by committee. Tracy got to throw a couple of games like that, together in a row before we start talking about running back one. But I understand the excitement. I understand what people are saying and how they're feeling when it comes to that running back situation. But it's better to have both these guys than to just have one. Absolutely. Outside of that, no real updates. Obviously, they're getting ready for the Cincinnati Bengals. I think they're going to preach more aggressiveness. I'm pretty sure they like the results that they got last game, with how they played on the field on all three phases. And, we should be able to do that. We should be able to put together another good performance, or at least I'm hoping that we put together another strong performance. My thoughts on the Cincinnati Bengals are lights out offense, defense. Defense can be had. Defense can absolutely be had. I believe we can move the ball on the Cincinnati Bengals. If we clean up the red zone, I believe we'll be able to score points on the Cincinnati Bengals as well. Don't settle for 3. That's the motto. Don't settle for 3. That's the mantra. Do not settle for 3. Get the touchdowns at the end of the day. But I see it's definitely a different type of feel in the locker room, from last week. You can see it with the players. Dexter Lawrence was asked about, Kayvon Thibodeau possibly missing out, and Azeez stepping in, and basically he was saying, like, Azeez is not a step down. Azeez been here before, basically being supportive of his teammate. And I understand, listen, when we're talking about Azeez Ojulari, we've seen him flash in spurts. We know he's a better pass rusher than anything else. And hopefully we can get to, Joe Burrow. That's the key to victory right there is, of course, run the ball, stop the run, but also you got to be able to get the pass rush. Pass rush got to get home. And we saw when the pass rush gets home, this young secondary that we have, are able to make some plays. Brian Dable also spoke about that at the podium today. They asked him how he feels about Flott and this young secondary. He said basically these guys are still learning. They're young. They're getting the system down, and he's happy with their progression. And for me, 2 weeks ago, if you asked me about Flott, I would curse you out. Flott has put together 2 good games so far. 2 good games, 2 good performances, some pass breakups, some good tackling. And guess what? Winning cures all, and also good play cures all. And right now, slowly building confidence in Flott. Same thing for Tay Banks. We were ready to. Well, we were talking so bad about Tay Banks prior to this week, and you saw what a good performance does for him as well. A lot more confidence in Tay Banks. A lot more confidence, moving around or going around the whole secondary. Whether it's Pinnock, Tyler Newman out there making plays, Andrew Phillips making plays. Guys are making plays in the secondary, but the main thing of why. And people, please don't lose sight of it. The main reason why these guys are able to make plays in the secondary is because of the aggressive play calling from Shane Bowen and guys getting home. That's the main thing. Player execution, guys being able to get pressure, guys beating the one-on-one matchups. We saw that last week, and that's what we need to continue to do if we're trying to, stack W's at the end of the day. But that's just my quick video. Quick practice update, injury report, for the New York Giants. I want to thank everybody for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And from one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.